I need you to stop scrolling for a second, because I'm about to tell you something that most relationship experts never talk about. There's one word, just one, that men say when they've truly, deeply found the person they want to spend the rest of their life with. Not, "I love you." Not, "You're beautiful." Not even, "Will you marry me?" Those things are beautiful, yes, but they don't carry the weight of this one word. And when a man says this word, and means it, everything changes. Stay with me, because this might be the most important thing you hear today. Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is all about understanding people, what they say, what they don't say, and everything in between. Today we're going deep into the male psychology around love and commitment. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you're going to think about relationships a little differently. So, are you ready? That word is home. That's it. Just home. Now before you roll your eyes and say, "That's it," hear me out. Because the word home is not simple. It never has been. Home isn't a place. It never really was. Ask anyone who's moved across the world, rebuilt their life from scratch, or gone back to their childhood house and felt absolutely nothing. They'll tell you the same thing. Home is a feeling. It's safety. It's ease. It's that exhale you let out when you stop performing and just exist. And here's the thing about men specifically. Men are taught, from the time they're little boys, to hold it together. Be tough. Don't be too needy. Figure it out yourself. So by the time they're adults, most men are carrying around this quiet, unspoken longing for a place where they don't have to do all that. Where they can just be. That's what a forever person feels like to a man. Not a girlfriend. Not a situationship. Not someone he's just having fun with. His forever person, the one he actually sees his whole future with. She feels like coming home after a really long, exhausting day. When a man looks at a woman and thinks, "I'm home," it means she's where his guard comes down. She's where the noise in his head goes quiet. She's the person he wants to be near, not to impress, not to perform for, just to be with. And when men say it out loud, that's when you know it's real. Guys don't throw that word around. They don't call just anyone home. When it slips out, whether it's being with you feels like home, or you're my home, or even just looking around her apartment and saying, "This feels like home," pay attention. Because that man just told you everything. Let's get into why this word specifically. Why home and not something else? Think about what home represents at a primal level. It's where you're safe, where you don't have to watch your back, where your stuff is, your people are, your rest is. Psychologists actually talk about something called a secure base. It's a concept from attachment theory, and it basically says that humans function best when they have a safe emotional anchor. Someone they can go out and take risks in the world with, knowing they have a place to come back to. For men, finding that secure base in a romantic partner is genuinely rare. Most men have surface-level friendships. They're not always great at vulnerability. A lot of them have spent years in relationships where they were walking on eggshells, managing someone else's emotions, or just never fully letting their walls down. So when a woman comes along who makes him feel secure, like he can be honest without being punished, like he can be struggling without being judged, like he can just show up as he is without editing himself, that hits different. That hits at a level he probably didn't even know he was searching for. And the brain? The brain registers this as home, as belonging, as this is where I'm supposed to be. It's not about her being perfect. It's not about the relationship being without conflict. Home isn't perfect either. Pipes burst, things break, it's messy sometimes. But you still call it home because it's yours. Because it holds you. That's what the forever person does for a man. She holds him. And when a man feels held, really held, not coddled, not controlled, but genuinely seen and accepted, he wants to stay. Forever. Now I want to get practical. Because home is beautiful in theory, but what does it actually look like in real life? How do you know if a man sees you as his home? He tells you things he's never told anyone else. Not in a trauma dumping on the first date way, but gradually, over time, He starts to open up the rooms he usually keeps locked. He talks about fears, disappointments, things he's ashamed of, things he's proud of that he's never really said out loud. That's him trusting you with the parts of himself he keeps hidden. He wants to come back to you. Not just when things are going great, but especially when things are going badly. When his day fell apart, you're the first person he wants to talk to. Not his best friend, not his mom. That's a big deal. He's not performing around you. He's not always on. He can sit in silence with you and not feel like he needs to be entertaining. He can show up tired, grumpy, uncertain, and he doesn't feel like he has to pretend otherwise. That comfort? That's home. He thinks in we. His future, the house, the trips, the decisions, he starts factoring you in without even realizing he's doing it. Not because someone told him to, but because somewhere along the way, his future started to include you by default. And yes, he says it, maybe not in big grand speeches. Guys who feel this deeply about someone will often say it quietly, almost accidentally. I don't know, being here with you just feels like home. Don't let that slide past you. That's him handing you something precious. So why does this matter? Whether you're in a relationship right now, dating, or just thinking about what you actually want, this changes the lens. Stop chasing the man who says all the right things and does nothing. Start paying attention to the man who shows you that you're his home. The man who reaches for you when he's struggling, not just when he wants something. The man who is somehow calmer, more himself, more settled when you're around. And here's the flip side. Ask yourself if he is your home. Because this goes both ways. Does being around him make you feel safe? Do you breathe easier? Can you be a mess and not feel ashamed? Can you disagree without fear? Can you dream out loud without him making you feel small? Because real love, the forever kind, it feels like a home that you both built. Not a performance. Not a puzzle you're constantly trying to solve. Not walking on eggshells wondering if he's losing interest. It feels like rest. Like arriving somewhere after a really long journey and finally being able to put your bags down. That's what you deserve. Not butterflies that make you anxious. Not passion that only shows up when it's convenient. A love that feels like you can breathe. So the next time you're trying to figure out where you stand with someone, forget the big dramatic gestures. Listen for the quiet word. Watch for the way he comes back to you. Notice if you feel like home to him and if he feels like home to you. Because when two people are each other's home, that's the real thing. That's the forever thing. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below. I'd love to know, has someone ever made you feel like home? Let's talk about it. And if you're new here, welcome. I make videos like this every week. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you there.